what is new since when you briefed us early this morning?
Really, we've taken sworn statements from the girlfriend and from the security guard there. The state attorney's office does that. So those have been done. The investigation, the body certainly at the medical examiner's office, and the investigation continues.
Okay. Why was he taken into custody? Why was he being restrained or detained?
He called 911 several times. The security guard at the hotel went around there several times. The police ended up coming. They spoke to the security guard. They went to the room. They spoke to this individual, and they spoke to his girlfriend. They determined at that time that for this person's own safety that he needed to be evaluated. And that's the normal way of doing that. If we're going to do a Baker Act or whatever we're going to do, they would take him into custody for his own safety. So he felt like he was being chased or someone was outside. So that's normal procedure.
So this happened in the process of Baker acting, or is this just you guys were starting to see if you needed to Baker act?
Exactly. They decided, the officers at the scene decided to detain him and to take him into custody for his safety and the safety of the officers there.
And then shortly after, just started.
Everything is voluntarily. They handcuff him for his protection and the officer's protection. They escort him to the police car, and it's in that space is where he becomes combative and has to be taken to the ground and restrained further. And it's at that point that they realize they may need some more help, and that he's becoming in medical distress, and they call rescue. Rescue arrives shortly, within minutes is what I understand.
So he fought with officers?
Yes.
Okay. Girlfriend slash fiance says that he was hogtied. Does that just mean his hands and feet were restrained? Is that true? No. Well,
Partially. His feet, they have a total appendage restraint. He was handcuffed. He was placed on the ground. They attempted to do that. He was never fully engaged in the TAR, from my understanding. Now, as you understand, there will be a response to resistance board. This all will be investigated. We have not had the opportunity to talk to the officers at this time, so we will do all that. This will be thoroughly investigated from one end to the other. So, from the brief statements we have from the girlfriend, from the security guard, this is what we understand.
Taser involved? I mean,
no.
We were told no, but then?
No. There's no evidence there of a taser being involved. We have the sworn statements from the girlfriend and the security guard. No taser, no weapons. They did have the tar out. They did get it around his legs, but it was never fully implemented.
So it was during that time that, for whatever reason, he got sick and passed away shortly after.
Well, I mean, rescue response, they realize that when he goes limp, that he's in medical distress, they call for rescue to respond. So the officers realized that and called for rescue.
Okay. So response to resistance, anything else? Does the FDLE look into this too?
No. We've got an autopsy to wait on, which should give us some indication as to what medications or anything else that he may have ingested that may have contributed to this. So we certainly have the autopsy to wait on, and we certainly have the RTR and the statements from the officers, which will come at a later time.
Okay. So is it safe to say internal?
Not internal. It's a response to resistance.
Okay, sounds good. And that's standard procedure anytime?
Anyway. Standard. Anybody dies in custody. So.
But it's not like if officers were to fire shots.
I mean,
are they suspended at all?
They're not suspended. They're on administrative leave, just like they would if they were involved in a shooting. Anytime officers are involved in something traumatic like this, certainly they didn't go out this morning and realize they were going to have to take someone in custody and get into a scuffle and that person die. So we do that for that period of time while the officers have a chance to decompress also.
How many officers are on administrative leave?
7.
7. So everyone involved?
Well, you got recruits there too. So somewhere in training, you got recruits, you got officers there. So all that put hands on are on administrative leave.
Okay. Do you foresee this being a long administrative leave? Or?
No, I mean it follows the normal process that we do, and normally they take to the next work cycle that the officer comes. So they'll be off until they're on their days off, and then they'll probably come back to work after that.
So initial reports from you guys from your investigation is no wrongdoing on JSO's side.
Well, we're not complete yet. I mean, it's not done yet. So I hate to jump out there. I can say that the preliminary is that he died of unknown causes, just like I said at the scene. We haven't gotten any further except that we're waiting on the ME's office. We're waiting on the statements from the officers. We have the sworn statements. There was no weapons used. There was no electronic control device used. There was, I mean, the officers were doing what they had to do for their own protection and for his at the time. I mean, we've got to put this in context that he was calling 911. He felt threatened. I mean, he wouldn't have called 911 if he didn't. So it's a sad situation for the officers, for the family, for everyone involved in this.
Any idea what he was suffering from?
No, I don't know. I mean, we know he had some mental issues, but I don't know what